Mrbeast is once again under fire, accused of using illegal labor, harassing participants in his shows, deleting tens of thousands of comments, and cutting out entire segments from his videos that contain compromising information. Despite the chaos surrounding Mrbeast, he hasn't responded or posted anything on his Twitter, even as more and more people join in on the accusations.
He's chosen the tactic of silence and has stuck to it for several months now.
At the beginning of his second video, Dogpack claimed that hundreds of people, both Jimmy's former employees and contest participants, reached out to him to share their stories.
These stories included harassment, poor working conditions, and generally toxic atmosphere in Mrbeast's company.
One of the people affected is a guy named Jake Weddle. He wasn't afraid to openly talk about what happened to him during the filming of one of the Mrbeast videos. According to Jake, he had been involved in many videos since 2019, but Jimmy allegedly disliked him from the beginning, which often left him sidelined. However, I find these claims questionable. If Mrbeast truly didn't like Jake, why would he continue featuring him in his videos for years?
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't like me, that's fine. I don't like him either, it's okay. Oh, that feels so good to say. I don't like Jimmy, I hate you so much.
Additionally, Jake stated that he also didn't like Jimmy. If that's the case, why did he keep working with him? Why would he collaborate with someone he claims to mutually despise?
Jake insists that Mrbeast is not as virtuous as he appears, and that his charity donations are merely a way to boost his reputation.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys doing good and helping people?
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal.
But can we truly say whether this is the case? From a moral standpoint, genuine acts of kindness are purer, but in the end, what really matters is that the help reaches those in need. Their well-being isn't dependent on the donor's motives.
He calculated, if I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty.
Jake also mentioned that the working conditions during filming were not just tough, but downright abusive. For instance, there was always a smell of fresh paint in the room, and there was no fresh air.
They said no, because it would fuck up the time-lapse shots. The time-lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Okay, I got no access to sun. I got no access to clock. The lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep. And I have insomnia problems now.
There was no hot water, and the cameras were recording 24/7. It got to the point where the crew refused to turn off the lights in the room, claiming they needed to shoot a time-lapse, which prevented Jake from getting proper sleep. Even after the filming ended, he admitted to struggling with sleep issues for a long time.
That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing.
You know, I think if Jake had worked with Mrbeast for years, he surely must have known how Jimmy treats people in his videos, that many suffer and even lose their health.
I believe Jake knew exactly what he was signing up for, while others stayed quiet because Mrbeast paid them well. Jake, however, wasn't ready for the pressure, even for the money. One of the possible reasons could be his apparent psychological issues, as he himself mentioned having a difficult childhood with his father going to prison.
Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans? You know, so I'm in this situation where my mental health is not good, my physical health is getting worse, but we're filming!
For those who think Jake could just have laughed if it was so bad, Dogpack showed part of an internal Mrbeast Productions document that discourages taking no for an answer when dealing with people outside the company. It suggests using various methods to achieve goals, such as finding Mrbeast fans among the staff or relatives of those who refuse. In my opinion, though, this is weak evidence since the document refers to people outside the company, while Jake was part of it.
And honestly, Jake could have walked away at any time, and no one would have forcibly kept him there. But as he claims, the psychological pressure was so intense that he felt forced to comply with all demands.
Honestly, Jake doesn't seem trustworthy to me. From the start, it felt like he intended to paint his employer in a bad light. Plus, it's clear that despite disliking Mrbeast, he stayed in the company for the money, swallowing all his resentment just to earn more.
It feels like Dogpack is just digging up some emotionally unstable former Mrbeast employees, hoping to find something to accuse Jimmy of.
In his first video, Dogpack accused Mrbeast of manipulating his audience, rigging contest results, creating fake content, and using gambling techniques to increase revenue. A team member named Chucky responded to some of the accusations, but unfortunately he only addressed a few, leaving the most important important claims unanswered. Is it not concerning that after 5 days they have only been able to debunk 9 claims out of the hundreds I made in my video, addressing only the weakest claims, and even when they do that, they still get debunked by their own sources, said Doc Peck. To which Chucky wrote, he acts like he's exposing us for using CGI to make backgrounds look cool, when we've done multiple public behind-the-scenes videos with So Crispy showing this. It's clearly not a secret. On top of that, we did drive buses into that pit. Same with the train you claim we didn't. To which Doc Peck replied, cool, so when Jimmy was accused of using too much CGI in Train vs. Pete, why did he deny it on Twitter? One major issue they did touch was the raccoon from the video, which Doc Peck claimed was a trained actor with an off-screen handler. Chucky responded, I don't even know what to say about this, clearly not an actor, lol. To which Doc Peck fired back, bruh, you expect people to believe Chris and Chandler were just petting an actual wild raccoon?
But this is just the beginning. Other YouTubers have also started looking for dirt on Mrbeast.
One of them is Honestly, who claims that the production of Mrbeast chocolate involves illegal labor, with poor people practically being enslaved in the impoverished countries. I'm not trying to defend Mrbeast, and if he's claiming his chocolate is slave-free, he should stick to that, especially given his massive popularity. With the whole world watching, any slip-up is bound to attract critics and jealous rivals. But let's be real, Honestly probably doesn't support this injustice, right? I'm sure he's never bought chocolate or any of the dozen other products linked to illegal labor practices. It's not just chocolate, by the way. It's carpets, textiles, clothes, shoes, tobacco, jams, rice, tea, sugar, and toys. Electronics are also on this list, and considering that Honestly produces tech content, I wonder why he not only supports illegal labor, but also profits from it by making his videos. Do you catch the hypocrisy? So let's be honest, by his logic, everyone who has ever bought anything from this list is indirectly part of the problem. And since Honestly claims to have thoroughly researched the topic before releasing the video, I doubt he didn't know this. Again, I'm not defending Mrbeast. If he's done something wrong, let it be proven in court. Until then, it's just talk. But this talk is slowly destroying Mrbeast's reputation. If he had just responded and addressed even a fraction of the accusations, it might have calmed things down. But there's more. A YouTuber, Operation claims that Mrbeast is trying to sweep the issue under the rug. He's reportedly deleting comments on his videos related to uncomfortable topics.
This isn't just about banning aggressive users. These are YouTube filters that automatically ban you based on certain keywords.
Operation got someone to extract hidden data from YouTube, revealing that comments containing words like script and fake were being mass deleted. Comments about Chris Tyson were also removed, as if Mrbeast wanted to erase all memory of this person.
But that's not all. Mrbeast has been cutting entire segments out of his videos to erase things he would like to forget.
For example, the original video was 12 minutes and 37 seconds long, while the current trimmed version is 11 minutes and 13 seconds. The cut section was linked to the Chris Tyson situation, specifically this poster. I won't go into details, but there's a link to the original video in the description.
As if that wasn't enough, Doc Peck has started receiving messages from other Mrbeast employees.
They claim Mrbeast hired private investigators to follow him and look into his family's social media accounts to find ways to discredit Doc Peck. We can't verify this, but after everything we've learned, I'm inclined to believe it. And lately, even more dirt on Mrbeast surfaced, including harassment, new lawsuits, conflicts with big YouTube influencers, and plenty of other details.